What's up everyone, welcome back to Seiya Awakening and to a new character review. Today we're going to be looking at all of the details for GEMINI CAIN, which is a unit that at first glance and on first testing, I didn't think performed any of his many functions very well. But I've been playing him non-stop since last Wednesday with some pretty good results, including 15 wins in PvP Melee this weekend. We're going to look at all of his details, including Cosmo, teams, and what his best function in the team could be. Let's start off with his abilities, and as you can see, I've gone pretty much all in for him, and that's because after testing him a little bit more, I actually found I like him, because he can do a couple of different things in the team. First, he can be a control unit. Not my favorite playstyle, but it's there. It's pretty decent. The other function is a very strong reviver for slow units. Now, if you know my playstyle, if you know my account, then you know I play mostly with slow units, so this guy fits perfectly in a lot of my lineups. Starting off with his first skill, called the Lightspeed Fist, this is one that changes after you use the second one. So let's look at it in its basic form when you start the fight. It's a simple individual cosmic type attack that also has a chance to apply this dimensional seal. This is something completely new in the game and exclusive to him. Now the seal by itself doesn't really do anything. It kind of builds up. You can actually stack these up to 10 and it won't do anything past one stack. But what happens is when you apply it again manually with Cain, and this is very important, it doesn't matter how many times this thing stacks automatically. If you want to turn it into a black hole, you have to hit that unit again with Cain. All right, so the first skill in its basic form is just individual cosmic type attack and a chance for a dimensional seal. The second skill, called Galaxy Explosion, just like every other Gemini in history, is an attack that can touch 3 units. It's going to hit the primary target, that's the one that we click on to activate the skill, and it's also going to hit his neighbors. Kind of like Shiryu protects the unit that is a little bit faster and a little bit slower than him, Shijima also has a similar mechanic. Cain will do that as well, so it's going to attack 3 units, and this thing has a chance to apply those same dimensional seals to all 3 of them. The damage that this skill does, and also that the basic attack does after using the Galaxy Explosion, is gonna get a bonus of damage depending on Cain's HP. This means that even if we want to do good damage, we're still gonna want to build him with as much HP as possible. The problem with this skill is that it does have a cooldown, so we can only use that 3-unit attack every 2 rounds, and while it's on cooldown, the first skill is going to change from the Lightspeed Fist to the Mysterious Devil Punch. And there's not a huge difference between these two. The Mysterious Devil Punch has a little bit higher multiplier. The chances to apply the dimensional seal are also higher, although on level 5 it's 100% for a skill no matter what it is, but it will also grant Cain the ability to heal himself every time that this thing is used, and it stacks up to 2 times, just like the Galaxy Explosion. So by alternating these 2 skills, we're going to gain additional damage based on our HP and also self-heal based also on our HP. Now we move on to his third skill, which is his first passive, and this thing does a lot of things. The first and simplest one is that it gives us damage reduction, and this thing can go up to 40% on skill level 5. It also gives us a chance to apply these dimensional seals when we're attacked. Okay, this translation or this explanation here is wrong. Cain is already adding these seals no matter which one of his 2 attacks he uses. So with this passive, he has a chance to add them when he's attacked, when an enemy unit touches him. It also repeats that the dimensional seal will turn into a black hole the next time that it's added, and when it says added, it means that Cain has to manually touch that unit to transform the dimensional seal into the black hole. And that black hole functions very similarly to the Pope. It has a chance to absorb that unit into another dimension and cancel the turn. The cool thing about this one is that it's actually possible to apply black holes with no energy consumption, because you can give him a double turn with Hashun and simply use the basic twice. Now the chances of this black hole sucking that unit into a different universe maxes out at 50% on skill level 5. But different to the Pope, this thing can be improved with status hits. 50% plus a really good amount of status hit is almost guaranteed. It works pretty dependably, and that's why I decided today, I only did that today during the stream, I decided to take it to level 5. Now additionally, if the unit that has the black hole is faster than Cain, then the base chance of getting sucked up goes from 50% to 65. Add to that the status hit, and now you're pretty much guaranteed to do it. Lastly, it tells us that the black hole is only going to trigger once and then it's going to disappear. So we have to reapply the dimensional seal and we have to reapply the black hole. Lastly, we have the Kishi Kaisei, which is the skill that I like the most to play with slow teams. This thing gives Cain the chance to revive an ally unit as long as the enemy that killed him is faster. Okay, this is very important to remember. It's not a skill that's useful for fast units, like for example June, Hypnos, I don't know, Commander Pandora, GEMINI CAIN. All those fast units are likely to be killed by somebody slower than them. That means that the revive cannot trigger. The killer, the assassin, has to be faster. If that's the case, then the unit, instead of dying and disappearing from the field of battle, is going to transform into these little stars that stay on the battlefield until their turn comes. And this is also very important and very good because unlike, let's say, Hades Ghosts, you can't target and eliminate those little stars. They're gonna get a turn as long as Cain is alive. This again should stress the importance of making a really tanky Cain really hard to kill, because not only does he scale up with HP for his self-heal and his damage, If he dies, then the allies can't revive either. Now, when they do come back, they're going to do it with HP equal to Kain's max HP, which is again very good for attackers that are usually squishy. If we have a Kain with a lot of HP, they're going to inherit it. It starts at 20% and goes all the way up to 40. The last conditions are that each ally can only be revived once, and on skill level 5 we can only revive up to 2. After that, the skill stops triggering. And now it's time to talk about skill ups, which is a complicated subject with him because, as you can see, he takes a lot of tomes if you want to be able to depend on his abilities. A basic Kain that is, to be honest guys, is not gonna do much, would start at levels 1313 is what we're recommending. This gives you 100% chance to apply the seals with his Galaxy Explosion, and it also lets you revive allies spending only 1 energy, because that's something I forgot to explain here, is that in order for those allies to be automatically revived, on skill level 1 there's a cost of 2 energy. Skill level 3 it goes to 1, and on skill level 5 it's 0 energy. So no matter what, that ally is coming back. 1313 is gonna cost you only 6 tomes, but you're not really gonna get anywhere. A good Kain becomes a lot more expensive because we're gonna want skill 1 on at least level 4 to use it before transforming, or level 3 to use it after transformation. After transformation it goes to 100% when it's the Mysterious Devil Punch. Skill 2 we already had at level 3. Skill 3 we want to take to level 3 to improve the chances that the other dimension actually activates and also get a little bit more damage reduction. And the revive for a dependable, trustable Kain is going to go to level 5. This gives us 0 energy consumption for the revive. That Kain is going to be close to 20 tomes. Now the ultimate Kain is the one that you see displayed here on screen. Obviously if you're a Jameer player, take this one to 5 as well, but it's not needed for us mortals. He's gonna have skill 1 on level 5 so that we always have the chance to apply the dimensional seal. I used it a lot, and even at 80% chance it failed. The third skill we're going to take to level 5 as well, because this gives us 40% damage reduction and maximizes the chances of the black hole actually triggering. Combining this 50% or 65% chance plus status hit, it makes it almost guaranteed. Lastly, skill 4 was already at level 5, and so that's going to be what? 5355 is a total of 33 tomes. Over in the 8 cents, we're gonna open everything for PvP obviously, but the focus for him is going to be survivability. If he's dead, he can't do crap. He can't control, he can't revive, so we're gonna go for Delta, which is actually the hardest one to open, with HP and resistance to both types of damage, then Beta, which gives us HP and status resistance, followed by Gamma with Cosmo Attack and status hit for his control, and lastly Alpha, which just gives us Cosmic Attack and a little bit more HP. Over on Cosmo, he's actually an awesome unit because he doesn't need speed. For people like me that suffer with speed, that's amazing. All that we care about is that he's alive and that he has some status hit. For this purpose, we're gonna go with White Mist for the red Cosmo, with both types of defense and resistance to cosmic damage. In the yellow, we can balance that resistance to damage by equipping the Cross. Now, it's not the only option. Remember, he benefits from status hit and HP as well, so Seiya is actually really decent, this classic Cosmo which we've had since the beginning of the game, and the new Morning Glory can also give him a lot of tankiness, but one of his weaknesses, as we're gonna see, is Divine Milo. So this resistance to physical damage is actually really useful. Over on the blue, we have a couple of options, and the one that's gonna give us the most tankiness is for sure Fruits of Strife. Resistance to both types of damage and HP. If we equip this thing, we're gonna be reaching a total of about 50% damage resistance to both types. But the problem is that you do sacrifice a lot of status hit. For that reason, I decided to go with Lotus, which gives us a pretty nice HP buff, almost 40% status hit, and the speed is not something we want on him, but 20 is not gonna kill you. Lastly, in the legendary, we have a couple of options that go really well. Obviously, Rising Dragon Teeth is gonna save you from death once, and it doesn't matter if it's a physical or Cosmo unit. But again, going back to Divine Milo, Hephaestus armor can be incredibly strong. If you have this guy equipped with this thing, and let's say a Divine Shun equipped with this thing as well, it's going to be really difficult for Divine Milo to knock you out. This lets you protect somebody else with Shun, and Kain can pretty much take care of himself. I've personally gone with Rising Dragon Teeth for now, but I think they would work equally well. In substats, like we mentioned, we're gonna be looking for HP, defense, status resistance, and status hit. That's pretty much all that matters, and for once, we don't have to worry about speed. Now we can look at teams, and I just realized that I stayed floating in the middle of the screen, so my apologies for that. But in teams, we have a lot of interesting combinations as well. And the first one I'm going to mention is an anti-Artemis Brilliance team. That lineup is extremely strong and extremely annoying right now. Kain combines really well because they're all going to be faster, so he's going to revive at least 2 of your units if they get killed. And if you combine him with other strong units against that team, then it could go really, really well. One of them is going to be Thanatos. If the enemy's using an Ophiuchus with basics, Thanatos is going to explode like a time and a half half only on that first round. In case he dies, Cain can revive him. Hashun can also help you protect against those attacks, and Mew will evolve really fast with Artemis healing. So that's a strong combination right there. Cain, Thanatos, Hashun, and Mew. The last ones are probably going to be some protection like Shion Sapuri or Divine Shun. Now, besides that anti-brilliance team, he will also combine well with any slow attackers or any slow units for that matter. I've been using him amazingly combined with Pisces, combined with Evil Saga, and they actually look pretty cool together. Also with Hashun, with Mew, all units that tend to move at the end of the round, he has a chance to revive them, and that revive is pretty much guaranteed because the enemy can't target them. Obviously, since he's so strong at reviving, people are going to want to target him, so some protection is not a bad idea. That can be Shion Sapuri, Divine Shun. Those are really the most common ones that are in play right now. Also Divine Shiryu, and if you want the chance to apply those black holes using basics, he combines well with Hashun as well. Lastly, there's another very specific one, which is with the Golden Duck. He can place the crosses on Cain, force enemies to attack him, so he's going to be applying the dimensional seals passively, and when his turn finally comes at the end of the round, he can use his 2 energy skill to apply black holes to more than one unit. Since they're already going to have the dimensional seal because they were forced to attack him, then it's a way to control more than one unit in that second round. Now on to weaknesses. In case you're having trouble fighting with him, the first impediment, let's say, to Cain is going to be the cost of tomes. If you want to get the most use out of him and you really want to be able to depend on his skills, you're going to have to spend over 20 tomes. To get him to this level, that's 33. So the cost is his first weakness, let's say. The second one is going to be control units, but that's only going to apply to his own control because he actually has to hit units manually in order to convert the dimensional seal to the black hole. Then if you control him, he can't attack, and this control is never going to happen. What it doesn't affect is his ability to revive. It's actually one of the strongest in the game because it doesn't matter what type of control he's under. If he's alive, his ally is going to revive. We tested it with a whole bunch of controls, even the strong control states like the Triangle, Commander Pandora's Terror, and even Hypno's Nightmare. It doesn't matter what state of control he's under. When the ally's turn comes, he is going to revive. Another weakness is going to be slow units, and we mentioned a couple of times Divine Milo, not just for himself because Divine Milo can take him out, but he also tends to be really slow and gets slower because of Chimera. That means he's going to move at the end of the turn. A lot of your units are going to be faster, and then in that case the revive can't trigger. Very important to keep that in mind. But it doesn't end there. There's unfortunately one more huge weakness for this guy, and that is that even though the dimensional seals cannot be purified, when they turn into a black hole, that black hole can be purified. That makes no sense whatsoever because the dimensional seals on their own don't do anything. I actually don't care that much if they get cleansed. Now the black hole, that's the one that has the chance to cancel enemy turns, and that can be cleansed passively by Arayashiki. Divine Shun can do it as well, and that's a unit that we see in, I don't know, 80% of the teams. So that's huge, and I don't know if that's a design flaw, if they actually created that way. It makes no sense that the first seal cannot be purified, but the black hole can. And that's really it for Cain. He's a unit that when I first tried him last Wednesday, I was utterly disappointed, but I think it's because we were looking for all of his flaws. Now that I've been using him in PvP combined with really slow units and on this skill levels, that does remain true, that's 33 tomes, I'm actually a lot more impressed with him. We have a really high win rate with him right now, and he also gave us what is possibly the best demonstration in the history of this channel. Fortunately, I was able to do a Galactic Duel fight today, so it's a live fight and not against the AI in Arena, and it's absolutely amazing the way it ended. I hope you enjoy it. We are going to ban somebody we don't use and that we hate, and that is a big counter to Cain as well. Now this is the team, no, this is not the team. We were using something in PvP Melee this weekend. I actually find it really hard to say PvP Melee. That worked really well. It was something like this, and we're gonna try it here in Galactic Duel and pray. We are going to pray. So the function, the primary function here for this Cain is as a slow reviver, okay? The control is just an extra because it's really hard to apply. You need a lot of turns to apply it. We're gonna do a big boom with Evil Saga here, which is a pretty decent counter for him. Not counter, a very decent partner for him. Okay, so his primary function, slow reviver. That's why my whole team is slow, including my Shun, who should really be a little bit faster than he is, but what are you gonna do? I suffer from speed problems. I am going to touch Pisces to heal him, and to also, with this heal, I also get my Mew to evolve a little bit faster. Double turn to Pisces. I'm gonna touch him again, make sure he's full of life. Yeah, very nice, very good. 1000 IQ strategies being employed here. Here I am going to... Who are we going to try to... Well, let's heal him again, why not? Yeah, let's do it on him. No, Pisces, relax, bro. Relax. Okay. Who are we gonna hit? I think we're gonna hit June. Right? I think we're gonna hit June, so let's mark. Oh, and we get the taunt! Fuckers! This is going so well. I don't know if we're gonna see Cain in action. This is going way too well. Oh my god, how do we get the taunt, bro? I have like no status hit whatsoever. How much do I have? I have... Wait, where is it? 15% and we get the taunt. Let's go, my friend. Let's go. You need to be touching Thanatos to deplete his shield. Oh, yeah, but I wanted my Mew to evolve too. And though I didn't know I was gonna get the taunt. This is so poggers. Alright. Not too much damage from that Pisces. We got another Prafata from Evil Saga. We get the taunt. And she's dead. Oh, but Radamantis is at 4. Where does he move? Perfect. He moves before my Pisces and before my Saga. So we might actually get to see the revive. My Shun is gonna die though. My Shun, I want to see drops. My Shun is gonna drop dead any second now. Yeah, I think Shun is dead. Because... Is Shun dead? Is Shun dead? Maybe if we can trigger the AoE, it doesn't. But... This is so weird. The eye is so weird how it works. In theory, my Shun already moved, but his Thanatos is faster, so maybe that's why we get the eye? I have no clue. But that Shun is going to revive next turn, alright? Which is pretty cool. Now, who do we give the double turn to? Let's go to Pisces, I guess. Let's go to Pisces. He's gonna give me 2 of these things. Unless I can kill him first, but I don't think I can. No, actually, I'm pretty sure I can. And this guy's gonna have Ares, so I'm gonna evolve, because I'm not gonna get to use him anyway. And I'm gonna go for one shot on... I'm gonna one-shot Hashun. I'm gonna kill Hashun. Thanatos goes boom, but we're still kind of okay. Hashun dies. Here comes one Prafata. He can do it again, but my Saga is not gonna like that at the end of the turn. Whoa, Mew dies completely. Can I do this? And do it on these 2 guys? Get the control on these 2 guys, because I can make both of these black holes. I'm gonna go for it. Screw it. Let's see what happens. We have 2 black holes. We are going to eat Radamantis because he already used 2 energy first. And my Pisces might just kill everything here. Let's see. Get one more turn. I think Thanatos dies. If we get lucky, Thanatos dies. Radamantis doesn't. And I don't think we're gonna get to see the revive. The swallow from Pisces. Why? That sounds so wrong. That actually sounds so wrong. But watch this. Watch what's gonna happen here. Shun is gonna come back to life. And I'm going to protect... I gotta protect this guy. I have to protect this guy. Because my Pisces could revive. I'm gonna give my Shun some defense. Alright. I'm gonna give my Shun a little bit of defense. I'm gonna protect Cain. Who dies? Evil Saga dies. Shun dies as well. But now my Pisces is low again. Oh, this is close. Oh, gets swallowed! He gets swallowed! There's the control again, so we just took this ability to 5. And we have 91% more status hit. So there it is coming into play. Now, unfortunately, I can't do shit here. But spend one of these things. Evil Saga comes back to life. Thank you very much. And he is going to go for Pisces. We could still lose this, guys. We need to kill this Pisces. Kill the Pisces! Kill the Pisces! Kill the Pisces! There it is. There. Oh. Wait! What are you doing? He's crazy! He just killed himself! Oh my god! What the heck was that? That was so close. What just happened? What the f? This perfect demonstration. That is the best demonstration we've ever done in our lives. And that's it for today, guys. I hope you enjoyed that fight because I don't think I could possibly do a better demonstration than that. Huge GG to my opponent, Vamps from the Legion 404. If you know him, please tell him that I send him the biggest GG in the world. That was one of the best fights I've ever had. To sum it all up here at the end, Cain is a unit that can be very strong, but you're gonna have to use him either against a specific team, Artemis Brilliance, or with a specific team yourself, full of very slow units. If you do invest the 33 tomes, then his skills become a lot more reliable. Even the control, it looks like it's only 50%, but if the unit is faster, then that goes up to 65%, and if you equip a good amount of status hit, like for example mine has around 90, then the control becomes really reliable as well. I'm gonna leave you here for today. Good luck if you're still trying to get him. If you haven't already, please remember to hit like, subscribe to the channel, ring the bell, and I'll see you guys again very soon. Bye!